Hi everybody, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed season 1. I'm Tyler King. This is In the Know on greenwise.tv, green content for a green world. I'm here with a good friend of mine today and the North Florida chapter president of the Weed for Warrior project, Jimmy Johnston. And he's joined us. He's going to tell us a little bit about himself, about the Weeds for Warriors project, and exactly what their goal is. And they're a national organization, so they're all over the nation and especially here in Florida. So, Jimmy, welcome.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into Weed for Warriors project, into the industry.
I am a Marine Corps veteran. I spent 4 years in the Marine Corps. My job was pretty simple, pretty basic. I was a mechanic, and it didn't really require me to be put in harm's way or anything like that. When I got out of the service, I felt like I kind of didn't give enough. Mm-hmm. And I always kind of searched for that way to give back. I had a friend, a close family friend, who was in the Army that struggled with addiction and PTSD, and I never understood it. And even while in the service and after the service, suicide to me was selfish, and I didn't have any sympathy for the individual committing suicide, just the family. Mm-hmm. And it took seeing someone extremely close to me struggling with things that were just out of their control, and he just wanted the nightmares to stop and to be able to sleep at night. And it opened my eyes whenever he told me that, and I got chill bumps now talking about it. It's for the longest time, I thought it was selfish, and it's not selfish. I was the selfish one for even thinking that.
A lot of people that aren't directly affected by it, I used to feel the same way, and then when somebody that's close to you does something, or you're directly affected by that, it definitely hits home, with you. And I have brothers, and I come from a family that my dad and a lot of people that were served. And once you sit down with a person like that and you realize what exactly they're going through, it definitely makes you see it in a different light.
It definitely does. It opened my eyes, and at the time, I've always been an advocate for cannabis. When I got out of the Marine Corps, really the only thing that was wrong with me was my back, and I chose cannabis over the prescription drugs that the VA wanted to give me, because I have been down that path before. Before the Marine Corps, I got into stuff that I probably shouldn't have, mm-hmm. and I know that path that it would have led me down. So they gave me an option, and they said, we can't give you anything to help you for anxiety or pain unless you quit smoking cannabis. So I was like, well, if that's my options, then I'm gonna just keep smoking cannabis. Yeah. I found the Weed for Warriors project through social media and wanted to get involved. That was my way of really giving back to the veteran community. And I started the chapter in North Florida, and we've been going ever since. It's been about a year and a half now, maybe a little more.
Awesome.
And we've been doing pretty good.
Yeah, I see you guys all over the place. I just saw everybody out, and so you're national, right? You're all over mm-hmm. the U.S., and I just saw, I guess it was a retreat in Vegas. Mm-hmm. All the leaders came out there. That looked pretty fun. Tell us a little bit about that.
We had a leadership retreat in Las Vegas. It was really fun. The Weed for Warriors project is a national organization. It's a nonprofit. All the leadership and all the people involved, it's a volunteer basis. No one gets paid. We have chapter meetings every month, and to me, that's what is so special about it, is that all these veterans who are leaders don't get paid, and yet every month they have these meetings. Every month, no matter what. And it's because they care. They care about giving back to that community. It's not about a paycheck.
Yeah.
So whenever the opportunity came for national leadership to be able to bring everybody in and do a little boost of morale for the leadership, they took advantage of it, and it was really fun. It was
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Good to get all the leadership there and camaraderie. Like it was fun. If you ever had the opportunity to come to a meeting, which you have because you hold our meetings in Gainesville,
That's an honor.
It's a special thing to see veterans come together who are complete strangers. Because a lot of these guys never met before. You know, we've got chapters from California. We have 3 in Florida, Wisconsin. There's a chapter in Las Vegas, and a lot of these guys have never met before. So you bring these guys in who are complete strangers, guys and gals, excuse me, who are complete strangers, and they're family and friends, and it's awesome. Special.
It's awesome watching. Like we hosted, our first meeting at Swamp City last month, and a few of my friends that are in the service that they knew about the Weed for Warriors project, but then when they found out that we were going to have a chapter meeting at the Swamp, they came down, and I have more than a few friends that showed up that kind of felt like they found their calling, because they were like looking for something to do after being home. Yeah, they got jobs and stuff like that, but like you said, they want to give back. They want to give back to that community, and it gives them an option to do that, and it gives them a kind of like a second
purpose.
Yeah, exactly. It gives them a purpose.
Look, man, you giving me chill bumps.
It's awesome, man. Like I myself have never served, but like I said, I have family members who have, and good friends who have, and just being a part of that is an honor. And I want to thank all of you.
Thank you.
Deeply.
Thank
you know what I mean? And it boils down to the fact that if it wasn't for what people like you and all the veterans have done, that we wouldn't be sitting here having this conversation right now. Right. So let's talk a little. So Weed for Warriors Projects, it's a national organization. What is the goal of that national organization? What are y'all trying to accomplish?
So our goal is to make a difference in the veteran suicide epidemic. There's a number going around. It's 22 veterans a day commit suicide. That number's really not correct. They don't average in things like accidental overdoses, and they only average in, I think some states didn't even report on that actual report or whatever it was called. So that number has been said to be around 40, or even sometimes around 80 veterans a day that commit suicide, and that is just completely
that's
unacceptable. Not when there are things out there that have been proven to make a difference. You have states that have more developed medical programs and even recreational programs that have seen a 25% decrease in overdose deaths, and then another 11% decrease in suicide deaths. So the studies and the results from cannabis are there. It's just a matter of getting access to these men and women who have already sacrificed so much for this country.
So basically you're trying to help provide affordable and safe access for medical cannabis for all veterans.
That's correct. In California, our hands are really tied here in the state of Florida with what we're allowed to do as far as providing for veterans. In the state of California, at all the chapter meetings, and it's kind of changing a little bit after Prop 64, but we're working those things out. But we're able to provide veterans with medicine, and it's helpful to them. A lot of those guys live on fixed incomes. They can't afford to go and spend stupid amounts of money buying medicine. So anything that they're able to get to help them is it benefits them, and it's appreciated because they need it.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you stated before, the pharmaceuticals, the drugs, that's not doing good for anybody, and trying to compete with the opioid crisis that we've got going on right now is a big thing. And obviously a lot of that, like you stated, with any pain management, especially veterans, at the VA, they can't legally consume cannabis and get their medication that they need, whether it be for pain or anything else. So I want to thank you personally, for doing what you're doing, the whole Weed for Warriors project. It's an honor to host your monthly meetings at Swamp City. And I want real quick to you to drop your website, social media, any upcoming chapter meetings here in the next month or two, anything you got going on.
So we have 2 chapter meetings this month in the North Florida area, one in Gainesville at Swamp City, and we have another one in Jacksonville at the Turk Market in Atlantic Beach. The one in Jacksonville is Wednesday, September 26th, and then in Gainesville is Thursday, September 27th. Those both start at 6 o'clock p.m. You can find us on Facebook or Instagram. Instagram is WFWP_North Florida, and on Facebook, I believe it is just Weed for Warriors Project North Florida. And you can also check out the website. It's WFWproject.org.
Awesome, man. Well, again, I want to thank you on behalf of the whole Greenwise team, myself, Swamp City. I just want to thank you for everything you're doing, brother. It was a pleasure having you, man.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.